So, good morning, everyone. I am Papia Dey, your host for today's session, and I welcome you all on the 29th day of this Live 360 program and on the 17th day of Intensive Phase program. So, are you all geared up for today's program? I'm sure you all are. So, I am sure that your transformation journey has been super exciting till now, with all the detailed knowledge, thorough follow ups, change diet and dietary habits, mindful eating, exercise, and meditation sessions, your life and lifestyle have become more healthier and meaningful. I'm sure you're feeling the change, and the compliments are pouring in from your family members, friends, colleagues, teammates, and it means a lot, I'm sure. So, with this, let me take proceeding for the day forward and please help me welcome Dr. Shyam Ramakrishnan. Dr. Shyam is the Director, Innovation and Science and leading the Emerging Market Innovation and Science portfolio. With this, I would request Dr. Shyam to please be on the virtual stage, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Papia, and good morning, everyone. I hope you are having a great day today. Excited to be here. I'll be traveling to India in a few days, so then I will have it in the morning India time. But today, uh, one of the topics, and I was thinking about the gut feeling, and my gut feeling was telling me that I need to tell all of you about some very fascinating studies in nutrition research. So I will not take too much time. So what I've done, I summarized some of these studies and the learnings from these studies. These studies have been there for many years. They have been done over a period of years and years. Right? And the whole idea was, is it no? Because the scientists cannot believe things unless they show it, unless they prove it. Therefore, these studies have been done to prove many things what we have been discussing the past 28 past many days, right? 18 days or so. Because this is all distilled from the study. So let me tell you what are those studies, right? From which we got inspiration from my speeches. Many of the speeches I get inspiration from these studies because they inform me, okay, the choices I need to make. Right? So therefore, I'm taking this privilege to inform you, okay, about these studies. The first study, and in one of these days, I will go through some of these studies in detail. But the first study is called the seven countries study. So they taught us what? They taught us a very simple thing: embrace fruits, vegetables, and fish. So that is one thing, a very simple study outcome. And then there was a study called the Framingham Heart Study. This study was done in Framingham, Massachusetts. It's a incredibly powerful, incredibly long study. What they highlighted, the need to manage blood pressure and cholesterol for your heart health. Right? So that is one thing the Framingham Heart Study showed. Of course, there are many other outcomes, and I will definitely go into some of the details in one of my future talks. Then the China study, which I believe I mentioned this before, the China study championed what? Plant-based diet for reducing chronic disease risk. Right? Plant-based diet. So their statement was, hey, anything you eat meat, anything you eat from any non-plant source will always put you in risk. Therefore, reduce or eliminate all the non-plant based diets, right? That is their view. Then there was another study called the DASH trial. This is again a very famous study, DASH DASH trial, right? It gives us a battle plan against hypertension. The main focus was hypertension, and it showed that a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and lower salt, of course, has all contributed to a great normotensive state, meaning normal tension in your blood vessels, right? That's what it showed. Then the other study is the study which we got inspiration from for this particular program, which you are all participating, is called the Diabetes Prevention Program. This diabetes prevention program, they have done clinical trials for many, many years, over hundreds of thousands of people, right? And what they showed, that the power of diet and exercise in combating type 2 diabetes. And this same message was echoed by another study called the Nurses' Health Study. So why they have called it Nurses' Health Study? Because they recruited only nurses in this clinical study, because they know that nurses and doctors typically follow the guidelines. Right. So the Nurses' Health Studies, some recommendation includes the reducing the saturated fat and increasing your fiber intake. Okay. So that is on the Nurses' Health Study. Now comes the Mediterranean diet study. As you know, Mediterranean regions like Greece and Italy, and I remember that Icaria, Greece, where the blue zone is located. So the Mediterranean diet has been always touted as one of the best diet in the world, right? And there's many reasons, because they have shown consistently, low heart risk, low heart conditions, control blood sugar, so and high consumption of monosaturated fats, like from almonds and from sesame oil, like in India we get, right? And then the Women's Health Study reminded us of the Women's Health Study. So what they talked about is about the type of fat matters as much as the amount. Right? So less saturated fat is what is important. The type of fat matters as much as the amount. So we have to be extremely careful. Saturated fat, trans fat are seeping in every food we buy from outside. Only we can control with our cooking, our way of life, which has been distilled from generations, how we preserve that amazing food identity. Finally, the couple of studies, Pure and Epic Panacea studies, which underline the very simple truth: balance and moderation in diet coupled with physical activity are critical for our health. Right? So basically, friends, let's take this knowledge and make informed choices about what we eat and how we live and what we cook. Right? Our health is in our hands. Our health, our family's health, our children's health, our parents' health, our grandparents' health, it's in our hands. We are the owners in many sense to support them. So let's nurture it, the right food, regular activity, and balanced lifestyle, team. All right. So that's all from my side. Thank you, everyone. Papia, back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Shyam, for those insights. Now, let me welcome today's speaker, who is learning and development professional with an overall experience of 19.6 years, out of which he has more than 13 years experience in training and development. Presently, he is a regional training manager for Amway India East region. His work portfolio includes end-to-end training and development and capability development. He specializes in sales training, product training, and leadership training. He is none other than Shrebal Bishwas. The virtual stage is all yours, Shrebalda.
Hey, good morning all, and welcome to day 17th of this intensive phase of Nutrilite Live 360 Healthy Weight and Healthy Living program. Are we all geared up? Yes, we all are, because we are all in this program, right? So with this, let me share the topic of the day. I mean, it has already been shared, right? What is a gut feeling? Very, very interesting topic. Is it because of the gut instinct? Or is it because, I mean, some science is also involved, right? We will check all of this today. So let me just first share this screen so that, I can bring the PPT up, and Papia to confirm whether the PPT is up or not.
Yes, Shrebalda. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'll just bring it to the slide share mode, right? So it is on. Can I give it?
Yes, Shrebalda.
Okay, perfect. So with this, the first thing that I'm going to start with is, we all know that what is your gut feeling? Is it because of it is on PPT mode? Can you
Shrebalda, it has to be on the slide mode, like the PPT mode. It's not been done yet.
Okay, just hold on. So the topic of the day is very, very interesting. What is your gut feeling? And I mean, is there some science behind this, or it is just because of our gut instinct? We are going to kind of, learn all of this, and I hopefully believe that by now it is on the
Yes.
presentation mode. Thanks, Papia, for confirming. So so I mean, I will just sometimes we think today that I'm not feeling right. My gut is saying that my gut instinct is saying that something is going to happen which is not right. Right. So this kind of things we all normally kind of go through sometimes, right? Isn't it so? So, I mean, why it happens? Is it a figment of our mind or because of our gut? We will understand this today. Today, we will also understand in depth the science behind it. The gut is the most important part, and why gut is also known as the second brain. Is there any gut and brain axis? Do they talk to each other? Let's understand the science part of it today. And to understand the science, what we are going to do is we are going to kind of first look at the nervous system, right? This nervous system, if I have to kind of break down the science part of it, the nervous system, it has the central nervous system, right? And the peripheral nervous system. Now, what are those things? Central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. There are two parts basically. One is the central nervous system, another one is the peripheral nervous system. We all know that our body is controlled and regulated by the CNS, which we call it as central nervous system. And the peripheral nervous system is also involved. Now, what does the central nervous system does? It includes the brain and the spinal cord. And it is the kind of site of information processing and control. So what CNS does is it regulates the physical activities, and the metabolic activities are also controlled by CNS or central nervous system. Likewise, what PNS does? So PNS is what? PNS, it comprises of all the nerves of the body which are associated with the CNS, central nervous system. So PNS is that part of the nervous system that lies just outside your brain and spinal cord, and it connects with all the organs. So what role does PNS plays? So PNS, or the peripheral nervous system, it plays a key role in both sending information from different areas of your body, like for example, your heart, your skin, back to your brain, as well as relaying those commands from your brain to various parts of the body. Just like if I have to give an example, just like a computer processing unit, CPU, right? But the interesting part is, like in the nervous system, we have a central nervous system. You would be surprised to know that just like a CNS or a central nervous system, we also have another brain, which is just exclusively there for the gut. And that is called as enteric nervous system, ENS. And why we are calling it as second brain? Because there must be something, why we are calling this ENS as the second brain, just like a central nervous system. This is because it can also process information and control the various activities similar to a central nervous system independently and autonomously. Please, check these two words. So ENS controls all the activities, it regulates all the activities in the gut or the GI tract independently or autonomously, just like a CNS. So it does not require information from a CNS to kind of do its activities and control the activities. So the enteric nervous system is connected to 100 million nerves through the vagus major nerve, which in turn is connected to the brain. So it forms a gut and brain axis. Now, we are saying that, the ENS is the second brain. Why? Because it independently controls the gut. That's what I kind of told you. So it takes the decisions for the gastrointestinal tract independently. It operates the GI tract, and there are millions of neurons that spread from the esophagus to the colon. So it functions independently, but it maintains a strong connection with the central nervous system. And that's why this gut-brain axis is getting established. Now, let me give you an example to kind of, substantiate this. So, I mean, as soon as, take food, so, what happens is, depending on the source of food, whether it's a carbohydrate or, protein, I mean, the ENS gets activated and the digestion process, gets started. So in the gut, there are enzymes and acids, and that are secreted by the ENS to initiate the digestion process. And all of these are happening, independently. It does not require any information flow from the CNS to kind of do its activities in the gut. So all the nutrient absorption, the digestion process that are happening in the gut is happening independently and autonomously. Like the peristaltic movement, of pushing down the food, digestion process, everything, nutrient absorption, everything is happening autonomously in the ENS. And then it relays back the information to the CNS that, we have kind of, done this thing. And that is why the gut-brain axis gets established. Now, if I have to give you another example of this, just think of any food that, you love to eat. Like, for example, in summers, I love to eat mangoes. Now, what happens is, as soon as I think of mangoes, I mean, right now, mango is not there, right? It's not summertime. But if I think of mangoes, मेरे मुंह में पानी आ जाता है, right? So that kind of things get started. Why? Because as soon as you think of mangoes, the ENS gets activated on its own. So such is the autonomous functioning of an ENS. And, there is a strong connection between the CNS and the ENS. And that is why the gut-brain axis gets established, and gut is known as the second brain, right? So till now, we have kind of, know that, the science behind why gut is known as the ENS and why gut is known as the second brain, right? So moving on. So what are the factors that are affecting the gut and the brain axis, right? So there are different factors that affect the gut and the, brain axis. So we will just talk about what are the factors that are affecting it. So we have discussed this, various times in our program that, there are various factors that actually affect our gut and will in turn affect the gut and brain axis, like diet, exercise, behaviors, their stress. All of these factors can actually positively or negatively impact the communication channel with the gut, thereby influencing the gut and the brain axis. So let me take some examples one by one. So let's take diet, for example. So if you consume healthy diets like fibrous foods or say low-fat diets, or a variety of fruits and vegetables, what happens? Your gut microbiota will improve, right? And they will in turn send positive signals to your brain, making you feel happier. On the other hand, if you take unhealthy foods, what will happen? The high fat and the processed foods can actually disturb your gut microbiota, and that will again, lead back to stress and low mood. So see, I mean, how these two are, interconnected. So that's the, kind of connection between your gut and your mood, right? So depending on the diet you take, your mood may get affected, right? Similarly, there are other examples like other factors also. Like for example, if I take exercise as a positive or a negative impact. So if you do exercise, what happens? It will make your gut and your core healthy, right? On the other hand, if you kind of, lead a sedentary lifestyle, what will happen? It will increase the stress. That in turn will kind of, affect your gut negatively, right? So your mood actually plays a crucial role in this system. Are we all kind of, in sync, right? So if you are in good mood, you will feel good about, exercising. While if you're in bad mood, what will happen? It will kind of, chhod dete hain. I mean, you will kind of, deter yourself from doing any kind of physical activity. And that will affect your gut health in turn, right? So there are other factors like cognitive behaviors. So what are cognitive behaviors and how it kind of, plays a role? So cognitive behaviors are the positive affirmations. So if you kind of, are positive and staying positive throughout this, eventual journey, so what will happen? You will kind of, be there to kind of, do the things the right way. you will kind of, you will be in good mood. Conversely, if you don't stay positive, so you will have your own kind of negative thoughts seeping in. Your brain will be stressed out and leading you to a slowdown in your gut functioning, right? So see, there are, how interconnected is your, exercise to gut and to your mood. So all those, it's a vicious cycle. So how you do, what you do, all the things matters, right? So these are various factors. Likewise, medications. If you take medicines, it can also have a negative impact on the gut. While sometimes, or definitely you will need medicines, like for example, if you have fever or allergy, doctors prescribe antibiotics or analgesics, right? But you will also see that with that, doctor sometimes also prescribe probiotics. And why it does so? To balance your gut microbiota, as there may be a chance of imbalance in the gut microbiota. Likewise, environmental factors also affect your mood. If you see pollution, dust, smog, your gut will get affected. Like for example, in this winters, there's a lot of smog around, right? What in turn you will get depressed, right? So this is the kind of relay transmission going on, right? And then again, there is genetics. That also plays a kind of a significant role. But more than genetics, lifestyle has a significant impact. It can actually surpass your genetic predisposition also. Let me give you an example. So if someone is genetically predisposed to gastrointestinal diseases, like say, for example, IBS, or which is like, irritable bowel syndrome, and IBD, which is like, inflammatory bowel disease. So, if you kind of, if you are genetically predisposed, then also if you lead a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, exercise, and manage your stress well, that can actually prevent triggering these diseases. So see, I mean, how your lifestyle is like the trigger. Even if you have genetic predispositions also, then also you can actually overcome it, right? So we are, let me, kind of delve into this, into this topic further. So we are talking about the various factors. So let me take it one by one. So we will first kind of, talk about the do you know that your mood gets affected by the food you take? Yeah, I'm telling you, right? Whatever food you take will actually affect your mood. And how does it kind of happens? Like for example, if I just focus on diet, so there are good and bad sides, right? So if you take healthier foods, like say for example, healthy fats like omega-3 fish, which is found in fish oil, if these are all beneficial, right? On the other hand, if you take processed foods like burgers, pizzas, so what it does, it for a moment you will feel kind of happy, right? But eventually what happens is like, it will affect your gut health, and then you will have more cravings for that, which will kind of, it becomes a vicious cycle. So all the unhealthy foods, which eventually lead to more stress, leading to a desire for, more craving for more, this kind of fruits, and then it becomes a vicious cycle. On the other hand, if you take diet, which is rich in, say, fruits, vegetables, then what happens? It will kind of release all the positive hormones, and this will in turn lead you to make more healthier and happier choices. So your food affects your mood, right? In conclusion, if I have to kind of sum up this slide, a positive outlook and embracing the healthy dietary habits can actually significantly impact your gut and brain axis, right? So delving further, since we are talking about healthy food, right? So let me kind of, delve into this further and explain that how your food affects your mood. We have already talked into that, like, what happens when you kind of, take healthy food versus what happens when you take unhealthy food. So what happens if you take healthy food? The good bacteria will be released, right? We have all kind of, gone through it during the gut research phase. The bacteroids will kind of, enhance, right? And the firmicutes will decrease, right? So when you eat fiber-rich diets, all the bacteria will love it. So your fiber, which is present in the food, what will do? It will promote the growth of lot of good bacteria, resulting in a release of happy hormones or serotonins and uplifting your mood. Conversely, if you eat unhealthy food, what will happen? The gut dysbiosis or imbalance will occur, and that will affect your happy hormones, and which in turn will spoil your mood, right? So you see how beautifully your food that we intake is related to our mood. So the mood is in the food, isn't it so? So I mean, how your mood gets affected, why it becomes positive, why it becomes negative, is sometimes linked to the food that you take. So if you find yourself getting irritated, sometimes anxious, or you're experiencing some kind of mood swings, feeling low, it might just be that related to the food that you are consuming. When we consume high calorie food, we often expect it to provide energy, which is okay, and it does so. But the thing is, the junk food that we take, it provides a different kind of an energy, which is not at all beneficial. And that leads to mood swings. And it will actually eventually affect our mood. Similarly, if we take excessive caffeine, like coffee and tea, so this kind of consumption may actually lead to enhance your anxiousness level, right? On the other way around, if you are kind of feeling happy and alert, so why again you are making healthier choices, like taking almonds, walnuts, beans, chickpeas, all those things, right? Choosing low fat dairy products is also beneficial. It maintains the emotional balance, right? So moving on, I mean, you have seen that till now, that how your mood gets affected, right, by the food that you take. Now, moving on to the next, factor, and that is stress. So how the stress affects our food. So we will kind of, delve into this also. So let's examine this, how, your stress level will impact, it will have an impact on your body. So a stress mind is actually not motivated to have a healthy meal. If you're stressed out, you won't be feeling about, going about taking healthy meal. So what you will do, you will just consume ready to eat processed foods that are just available, right, in your hands at that time. And when you do so, as I have told you, if you kind of consume more processed foods, what it does, the cortisol level, it is released in the brain, triggering a cycle of cravings. So stress can disturb your sleep and leaving you fatigued and less active. And by this thing, what happens is your gut health gets impacted, and that in turn it will result in low nutrient absorption. So what stress does is it slows down your digestion level. It will make it difficult for your body to process unhealthy food effectively, leading to a disrupted system. Thereby incorporating meditation. We have meditation sessions, right, daily, right? Why we do so? To kind of reduce your stress level, and incorporating meditation into our lives, it reduces the stress, it improves sleep level, and it boosts motivation, right? Which is very, very crucial. So other stress influencers that are there are secretion of appetite hormones, specifically leptin and ghrelin. What it does, leptin is a satiety hormone, right? It signals fullness, while on the other hand, ghrelin is an appetite hormone, and that stimulates hunger. So under stress, what happens is, your ghrelin hormone increases, it gets triggered, leading to a feeling of more hunger, though actually you are full. So what it creates? It creates an imbalance in your gut and body, right? So overall, managing stress is essential for maintaining an healthy gut and brain axis, thereby promoting the overall well-being, right? So we have kind of delved into stress. We have delved into the food affecting our mood. Now let us delve into the physical exercises and how it kind of, plays a role in having a good gut and brain axis. So this diagram might appear a bit complicated, but let me break it down. So what what happens is, when we exercise, the GI or the gastrointestinal tract benefits by, by having an increase in good bacteria, improving the balance of good bacteria. And this leads to a development of healthy layer of mucus of the GI tract, on the GI tract, right? And preventing the toxins and the waste material from being absorbed into the body. On the other hand, if you are not exercising, if you are kind of leading a sedentary lifestyle, what will happen? If you kind of do very less physical activities, the protective layer around this GI tract will not be formed, and this will allow the toxins to enter the body. Consequently, what will happen is your gut health will suffer, and this in turn will affect your mood. So this is a vicious cycle. When your mood is not good, so what might happen? You might kind of, have the craving to take more of this kind of foods, which will further exacerbate the problem. So we have learned till now that a healthy and happy gut will secrete a beneficial short chain fatty acids that in turn will promote gut health, which in turn will positively affect your mood. So this establishes a positive feedback loop, right? So it is upon us, to be physically active to establish a positive feedback loop between the gut and the brain, axis. Now, let us also discuss the another aspect. We have delved into it, various times at different intervals in this program only. So we have talked about our biological clock and how it kind of, impacts our gut, right? So, your biological clock also plays a very, your circadian rhythm, right? We have talked about this. It plays a very important role to kind of, make your gut healthy. And how it does, you need to kind of, eat healthy in small portions. But what is more important is you also need to eat in the right time, right? For example, if you are taking breakfast, try to kind of have a consistent time frame. Like, for example, if you kind of take breakfast at 8 o'clock, at least try to make it between 7:30 to 8:30. Try not to kind of, have breakfast at different times at different days, even while you're traveling. So this is the thing, about circadian clock. If I kind of, relate it with an example also, when we were kind of, child or infant, your metabolic rate was very high. Why? Because you used to maintain a circadian rhythm. You used to eat, our own biological clock was very, very particular. But with time, what happens is, your circadian rhythm gets disturbed, and that in turn will affect negatively on your gut health. Therefore, to maintain good gut-brain energy and positive mood, you need to kind of, have a circadian rhythm. You need to maintain the time schedule, right? So, in a nutshell, we have talked about the gut-brain synergy, and for the gut-brain synergy to kind of, be there are 4 pillars you have to maintain the gut-brain synergy. One, obviously, is your diet. So choose healthy diet, plan your meal, choose lots of fibers. If you are a non-vegetarian, choose your food wisely. Like, if you are also having eggs, please try to have white eggs, right? And if you are having fish, obviously have fish which is rich in omega, right? So the second pillar is be physically active, do physical exercises, then manage stress, follow a sleep routine, and maintain a healthy lifestyle. So all these 4 factors will together kind of maintain the gut-brain synergy. With this, I come to the last slide, and that is the activity of the day. So what you need to do? You need to include and share the foods which you think can uplift your mood, right? When I'm saying that you need to share it, you have to share it in the WhatsApp groups, right? And when I'm talking about your comfort food that will uplift your mood, I'm not talking about, any comfort food. Remember, the food that you take will affect your mood, right? So I'm talking about making healthier choices, not having pani puri as your comfort food, right? With this, thanks so much for listening to me. And I pass it back to the host of the day, Papia. So Papia, all yours.
Thank you, Shrivalda. That was very informative, and we have understood that why this gut-brain axis is so much important. The CNS, the ENS that we have learned today. I think these are very, very important in our system and for a healthy life, right? Then we have understood that what are the. So I'm just summarizing that our today's topic. So what are the factors that affect the gut brain axis? So there are many factors like which impacts are obviously the gut health, right? And the food that we eat for the full day, that obviously affects our mood, and that way we see that there are mood swings that happens, right? So whenever we eat healthier food, we feel good, we feel lighter. But and because it depends on the hormones that are being released, right? And then we have seen that what like how foods are affecting the emotions, right? We have the positive emotion, we have a negative emotion throughout the day. So we understand that not only the food that impacts our emotion, but it also like the time that we eat, right? So each and everything are interrelated. So and I think that these all are habits that we inculcate in our daily life, right? So I'm sure this was very informative for all of you. And uh, so with this, I'm sure that you all are ready for for the exercise session, right? And you all are ready for making you more fitter, right? So with this, I would like to welcome the person who plays a critical role in our transformation journey and making us agile and fitter than before. So I would like to welcome Meenal Pathak on the virtual stage. Meenal,
Thank you,
stage is
Fabia.
yours.
Great. Hello, everyone. Good morning and a very warm welcome to today's session. So let's get started. We're going to start with some warm-up moves on the mat, and post that, we'll move on to the workout. So down to the mat, sit nice and tall, squeezing all your core muscles. If you have any problem sitting straight on the mat, you're going to squeeze, cushion, and then sit nice and tall. Lengthen your spine and see how far you can stretch your hands up. A nice deep inhale. And then stretch up. Lengthen. Exhale. And then bring it back. Inhale and lift it up. Exhale. And bring it back. Inhale and lift it up. Exhale and bring it back. This time, as you exhale, you're going to stretch it to the side. Inhale, lift your one hand up. Exhale and stretch to the side. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the side. Inhale, bring it to the center. Exhale to the side. Lengthen. Inhale, bring it to the center. Exhale to the side. This time, we're going to open up both our legs, lengthen it down to the mat. Inhale and stretch out as you exhale. Inhale and stretch out as you exhale. you'll see this simple move is very effective in both your upper body and the lower body. Tucking your core in, lengthening. So make sure that you're using your inner thighs to stretch. Use your hamstrings to lengthen and your calf muscles also to bring that strength. If possible, lengthen with your palms, holding one of the leg and then stretching through one. So feel as if with your fingers and your palms you're stretching. Engage, lengthen, and then to the other side. Inhale and then as you exhale. Hold deep length, stretch. Again, inhale and as you exhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Hold and stretch. Inhale and then as you exhale, hold and stretch. Come down to the mat. On the toes. Anyone who still has a problem with a nice tall spine with the knees, keep using props wherever you need. Like, squeeze in a long cushion or two cushions underneath your knees. If you feel that while doing the knee movement or kneeling, you get that pressure. A nice deep inhale, lengthen your spine out like that. As you exhale, come. Again, as you inhale, cat. Look up, stretch, look up, lift that chest open, roll your shoulders back, not hunching and squeezing, but lifting and up. Exhale. See how far you can tuck it in. Simple poses, but very effective ones. Again, inhale and stretch. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Push yourself back in the child pose. Lengthen that spine on the mat. Full deep stretch. Forehead down, take a nice deep breath. Support your spine with your core muscles and core muscles with your thighs. Just bring this complete supporting angle. Thighs, core, spine, and lengthen. From here, as you inhale, you're going to rise up. Your palms right under your shoulders will start with the donkey kick. See, now when I am tucking my core in and lengthening my spine looks like this. Now, if I arch my spine, what will happen is this will fall down. So I have to keep my core muscles engaged all the time. This is how you engage your core. And this is how you let it loose. So make sure that this is not loosened out and rather tucked in. Now lift your one leg up. And from here, we're going to start pushing it up and up. Now see, when this movement is moving up, What all muscle group are we engaging? Definitely the core, glutes, your hamstrings and quads. So again, a very simple move which is not a squat or a lunge, but very effective is getting your lower body as well as core engaged. And you know, when I talk so much about the glutes, your glutes are the muscles. You start with this movement. I'll just explain one more thing. Your glutes are the base which is actually supporting your solar plexus. So you would have seen a lot of old age people just slipping or even if falling. First thing they'll break is their hip bone. And then they are restricted with their movement for months and months. And during that time, their body becomes further frail and weak. So making sure that your glute muscles are always strongest. Anyways, it's like the biggest muscle, like max, midi, all of them are the biggest muscle group. So make sure that you work on them and they are the strongest part of you. Imagine they're actually the sits bones, like they're the base, how you sit, stand and move. So they have to be very strong. Now, when we're doing these kicks, get that engagement in the mind. Like when you move, that get your mind and that muscle connection, that how the movement is happening, you are actually engaging through the glutes. Your upper body is just there. There's no pressure on your, wrist, anywhere else. Engage your muscle with your mind as you move up, 3, 4. See, my other leg is absolutely aligned with the mat. I'm not tucking it in. Toes pointed out. My knee completely rested on the mat. Still, anybody has a knee pain? Use a cushion. You'll not keep falling sideways. Lengthen, squeeze, and straight. I'm looking sideways. You will look straight on the mat. Not with a fallen head, not arching the spine, straight. Your leg will move up from thighs here. This connecting muscle will feel the pressure. Yeah, let's go. Let's do 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nothing else moves. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Can you feel that burn? Exactly. So you will see that this exercise really helps with that building of endurance while you do your other moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe out every time you lift. 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax up. We did this move in which we had the support of both the hands. Okay. How about doing the same move with support of one hand? If somebody finds it very difficult, you can still stay put with the original format. But yeah, trying to go a slight level up. So you have your one knee on the mat, your hand just like that, in alignment with your knee. Now lift your chest open. Squeeze the core. You will start moving with the opposite leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. This hand could be here on the temples, could be straight, just wherever you feel comfortable. You can also just hold it to the sides. But idea is that your navel is engaged, all the muscles around navel are engaged, and you're going to lift it right from your thighs. Side. So here you go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep looking forward. You'll not look sideways. You'll not look at your leg. Find that balance from your solar plexus. Engage, squeeze, not just your navel, but also your Kegel muscles. The muscles at your excretion organs, squeeze them As you lift, 10 more will do. 1, breathe out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very nice. Shift. Where you can feel the burn. All the muscles here. Yeah, squeeze again. If you feeling the burn on your shoulders or in your palms, so you're putting a lot of pressure here. There is no pressure here. It's all coming to your lower body. This is how you will engage your muscles and you feel it. So this is your hand. You're gonna lift it, open it, side, stretch, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not resting back on the mat. I'm not falling forward on the mat. It has to happen from the core engagement and all the way up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not only this leg, you'll also feel the burn on the other leg, which is stationary. Yes? Great. Let's do one more variation. In this variation, this other hand, which is free, let's engage that as well. Okay? Pick up anything. Okay? It can be a remote, it can be a mat, it can be a ball, it can be a balloon. I'll show you. So we are not worried about the weight here. I want to understand the move, the power of balance and core control. Okay. So you have your one head rested, aligned with the knee, squeezing. So I'm keeping knee this cushion every time because this is a new move. Okay. So whether you know it, that you can do it or not, we really don't know. Okay. So as a caution or a precautionary measure, all of you by default keep a cushion under your knee to know that you're not pressurizing the knee. Rather, core. Okay. Breathe out, core engage. This time you have the movement with the arms also. So this is up, leg is also up. Just stretch it to the side. What we'll do is, we're going to bring all of them together. So something like 1, 2, 3. And you see, let me go further away so that full movement is visible. Here, squeeze. Lengthen. The idea is to engage both the upper body and the lower body. If you find it very difficult, stay put with the original movement. You have it squeezed. Lengthen. Now both the hand and the leg go together. So this hand in support but soft elbow. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, balance, 7, balance, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my God. Quads are also gone here. Something in which your joints are absolutely cool. You're not pressurizing your joints, but still, a lot of pressure from your core and your glutes getting that deep burn. And we are also making it an overall with the hands. Take a breather. All good? And it's a different move and a slightly difficult move. But it's okay. Slowly you'll get hang of this. Let's go with the next one. To the other side, we'll still do 20 of these. It's perfectly fine if you want to keep. It's perfectly fine if you want to keep it. It's perfectly fine if you want to keep your hand free. But when you hold on to any prop, the engagement of the muscle. Okay. So here, lengthen, stretch, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, breathe out, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Simple, yeah, but very effective. Now that we are holding something in the hand, how about using it as a prop to do our V sit-ups? Long time since we've done the V sit-up. Hold something in your hands. Ideally, great if you can hold on to the weight or something which gives you some support to rise up. Or just hold something like cushion or a balloon or a ball, which makes you feel that there is something in your hand which is bringing you up. Okay. So we heel dead in the mat, squeeze and lengthen. Squeeze and lengthen. Now when you lengthen it and rise it up, this doesn't happen, this doesn't happen, and you will not be using your lower body to touch. Yeah. But did you see a balloon is not a good support? But I'll show you how just by changing the weight which I'm using, I will change the power of my balloon. Just by using the weight, I'm gonna change the power of my move and the squeeze of my muscles. So here it goes. We lengthen that spine. I'm gonna squeeze my core, navel, chandran, lengthen, and up. So your chest is open, palms up, full deep stretch. Lengthen that spine right from your tailbone. Let's go again. In and 2. In 3. In 4. In 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 13, 14, 15. Very nice. Let's do the last move, which is a simple core hold. We also call it Nokasana or a boat pose. The idea is to hold it in a way in which you can. But we'll put a timer for a minute. Yeah? 1 second. Okay. Here we go. A nice deep inhale. Lengthen that spine. 1, 2, 3, start. So either you can have your knees together, toes pointed, hold. Or if you think this is difficult, you still go holding your core, you can get and bring your feet down to the mat and hold. These two are the variation. Otherwise, you're going to lengthen your legs out and hold. So ideally from here is how we're going to start. Okay, 1, 2, 3, start. Toes pointed, navel tucked in. 10 seconds, very good. Breathe out. Lengthen that spine. Squeeze. Feel the power of your core here. How are you standing on the power of your core? So these hands have no power. You're not standing on the power of by squeezing and lengthening your arms. It's on the core. So lengthen. Pull the toes out. 35 seconds. 25 more to go. Very good. Hold. Breathe. 50. Last 10. 5, 6, and 60. After doing core movement like this, always go down to the mat. Never sit up straight after doing a core movement like this. You need that rest with your spine as you do these core moves. No matter how strong you are, after doing a core move, do not stretch up and sit. Lengthen that spine to the mat and relax. Keep your palms, one on the navel, one on the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. I'll share the music. Let's do a breathe out. palms over to your eyes. And this festival season, in fact, what is the most difficult asana? You would have seen everybody would be progressing very easily to the next and the next and the next levels that we're going. But there is one such pose or one such level which is like the most difficult, because it will depend upon how your day went by or how your night went by. And you know what's that? Shavasana. This one corpse pose in which you actually relax. Are you actually relaxing, or are you still thinking something? Still there's something going on in your mind. And why is it that? Because it's very difficult for our brain and for the way we are made to let go. So when you actually lie down in the corpse pose or lie down in the Shavasana, the whole idea is to let go. But it's absolutely opposite to the kind of a mentality we are marketed with or we are lived with, and that is to hoard, to buy more. And this concept of the yoga is all about letting go. So let go of your physical body, your desires, disengage with this and start engaging with your spiritual self and know what you truly are. Yeah. So this festive season, try to let go of the things you don't need. Instead, of hoarding more. Yeah. You will see that you get so much more beautiful space, not only inside you, but inside your homes also. Do the simplest of the things. Create best of the memories with those simplest of the things. And you'll feel so light, because you are actually letting go of the things which are making spaces inside you, inside your places, and all that. Yeah. So how about letting go this time? Clear up the clutter from here. Clear up the clutter from around your spaces. Make it as simple as possible. And have a great day. I'm going to see you soon. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, Meenal. Thank you for keep us moving. And we all are feeling extremely fresh and charged up. And I'm sure, ladies and gentlemen, you all are equally enlightened and energetic too. So wishing you all a great day ahead. I, Papia De, your host for today, signing off. Thank you, everyone.